is a language of chemistry in which we deal everything about the basic concept of the chemistry. The first one, chemistry starts from matter. What is matter? That anything that occupies space and have some mass, that is called as matter. Matter can be made up of the smallest unit of matter can be atom or it can be molecule. So it can be of two types, pure substance and impure substance. First one, pure substance. Pure substance are elements. All the elements are made up of atoms. So see, what is atomicity? What is atomicity? The number of atoms present in one molecule of any element, that is called as atomicity. This is called as atomicity. So according to this, there are four types. First one is monoatomic. Mono means one, means anything, any element that is having only one atom, like sodium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc. They are called as monoatomic. Diatomic, di means two. Atomic matlab atoms. So diatomic are those that contain two atoms of same kind, like H2, N2, O2, Cl2 and so on. Triatomic, tri means three. Atomic means atoms that contain three atoms, that is ozone, O3. Polyatomic, that means more than three atoms. Polyatomic contain two types, tetraatomic or octaatomic. Tetra means four, that is P4, phosphorus. Octa means 8, that is S8. These all things you have learned in your class 8th also. So how we will class 8 also about monoatomic, diatomic, polyatomic, tetraatomic, everything you have learned already. Now we will directly go to the symbols. What are symbols? Now we come to the symbol. As elements were discovered, now how we will be able to identify which element is this? They have given the name that hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon and so on. So it is difficult to write. Full name. So instead of writing full name, scientists did what? They have given symbols to each and every element. And who decided the symbols? These symbols are decided by IUPAC. What is IUPAC? International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. They decide what will be the symbol of which element. So suppose hydrogen. So they have taken hydrogen H. So capital H will be its symbol. Helium, they have taken He because H is already with the hydrogen. So he had taken second also that will be written in a small case. Lithium, so they have written Li. Beryllium, so they have written Be. Boron, so they have written B. Nitrogen N. Oxygen O. Fluorine F. Neon Ne. So first element, first letter or first two letters they have taken as their symbol. So suppose this here, carbon, chlorine, calcium, cobalt, they all are starting with a C. If we give C to all, how will we be able to identify? Here we are talking about carbon or cobalt. So C symbol was given to carbon. What happened with chlorine? Chlorine, for the chlorine we have taken Cl. Why Cl? Why not CH? Because there is one more element, that is chromium. Here also CH, here also CH. Great confusion. So they have Cl, and for chromium they have Cr. Cobalt C and small o. For calcium they have taken C and A. So what they have decided, they will take the first letter or first two letters of the particular element. If the name is starting from the same letter, so they have taken second or third letter. Now what about sodium, potassium, mercury and silver? Sodium, so it is starting from S. So it should be S, S or no. Its Latin name is taken as its symbol. Sodium Latin name is natrium. That is why its symbol is Na. Potassium, Latin name is Kalium. That is why its symbol is K. Mercury, its Latin name is Hydrigyrum, that is why Hg, Hydrigyrum. Silver, its Latin name is Argentum, that is why Ag. Gold, its Latin name is Aurum, that is why Au. So they have decided first criteria, first letter of name of element, or first two letters of name of element, or if first letter is same, then they will consider second or third letter. And fourth criteria they have taken, for some element they have used their Latin names. That is all for the symbols. Now, what is the significance? Why we give this much of importance to the symbols? What is the significance? First one, from the symbol itself, we can identify the name. Second one, from the symbol itself, we can identify how many number of atoms, how many atoms are present in particularly one molecule of an element. For example, if we talk about nitrogen, so nitrogen will be N2, though it is written as N, lekin molecular form is written as N2. And third one, what is the mass of particular element? For example, nitrogen, so its mass is single atom of nitrogen is having mass 14. So what is its significance? Basically, it tells the name of element, it tells number of atoms, and it tells atomic mass. Valency is number of electrons donated, accepted or shared. This is sodium is having 11 electrons. Alright, so configuration will be 2, 8, 1. Now it wants to complete its octet. When it wants to complete its octet, so what they do? First of all, always remember, when any element is having 1, 2, 3 electron in their outermost shell, they tends to donate the electron. Why so? Because they want to complete their octet. What is octet? Completing 8 electron in their outermost shell. So 1 electron, so either it will accept 7 electron or it can donate 1 electron. So they try to do easy task. So they donate 1 electron. So always remember, whenever any element is having 1, 2, 3 electron in their outermost shell, they tends to donate. How many electron it has? 1. So it will donate 1. Donate 1. So now electron become 2, 8. That is 10 electron. But we haven't touched proton. The proton is still 281. That is 11 proton. So one positive charge is more. That is why here positive is written. And this positive charge atom is called as ion. And positive it is. That is why it is cation. I hope it is clear. Now these can be, valency can be of 3 types: monovalent, divalent or trivalent. Mono again 1, that means valency 1, means either it has donated 1 electron or it has accepted 1 electron. First see this, chlorine. Chlorine is having 17 electron. So 2, 8, 7. For completing its octet, either it will donate 7 electron or it should accept 1 electron. So easy task, we accept 1 electron. So always remember, whenever any atom is having 5, 6, 7 electron, it tends to accept the electron. So it will accept 1 electron. So configuration become 288. 288 total overall 18 electron, but protons are still 17. So 18 electron means 1 electron is excess. So uska charge is here. And this negatively charged atom is called as anion. So now valency, which I am talking about, it is of 3 types: monovalent, divalent or tri. Mono means 1, it has accepted, either it has accepted 1 electron or donated 1 electron. Second is di, either it has accepted 2 electron or donated 2 electron. Tri, either it has accepted 3 electron or donated 3 electron. Now coming here, what about sharing? Here Between hydrogen and chlorine, only one electron is shared. That is why one single bond. So hydrogen valency will also be 1 and chlorine valency will also be 1. Right? This oxygen is attached to this hydrogen also and this also. So that means it has shared its 2 electron. So its valency will be 2. But this hydrogen has shared only 1 electron. So valency will be 1. And this has only shared 1 electron. So valency will be 1. Now this nitrogen has shared one this and one this. This single nitrogen has shared 3 electrons. That is why nitrogen valency is 3. But each and every hydrogen has shared only one electron. So each and every hydrogen is having valency 1. Now what is variable valency? Variable valency, that any element is having more than one valency. So more than one valency, what does that mean? More than one valency means they can donate or accept more than one electron. Basically here metals show more than one valency, that means they will donate more than 1 or 2 electrons. Why it is so? Because of the spinning of electrons in their orbit. This topic is will come in your higher classes. So see, suppose iron is having valency 2 and 3. Suppose of what? Iron is having valency 2 and 3 and copper is having valency 1 and 2. So how we will identify at what time iron is showing valency 2 and at what time iron is showing valency 3. So whenever lower valency is there, lower means short number. Here 2 and 3, which is less number 2. So its suffix will be us. So its name will be ferrous. So when ferrous is written, that means its valency is 2. When higher valency is there, so its suffix will be ic. That means ferric. That means it is showing valency 3. Similarly here, copper having valency 1 and 2, so lower valency is 1. So its suffix will be us. So क्या हो जाएगा? That will be cuprous. That means this, if cuprous is written, that means it is showing valency 1. And if higher valency, suffix is ic. So if cupric is written, then its valency will be 2. Alright. Now what is molecular formula? What is molecular formula? That is the formula that represents molecule of any compound. Suppose we are talking about water. So water is having molecular formula H2O. We talk about sodium carbonate. The molecular formula is Na2CO3. We talk about hydrogen. The molecular formula is H2. We talk about hydrogen chloride. Molecular formula is HCl. So what does it is giving the information? First information, that it is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. Sodium carbonate is made up of sodium, carbon and oxygen. Hydrogen is made up of only hydrogen and HCl is made up of hydrogen and chlorine. Second information it is giving ki how many atoms it is made up of. Suppose water. The water is made up of 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. Right? Sodium carbonate is made up of 2 atoms of sodium, 1 atom of carbon and 3 atoms of oxygen. Hydrogen is made up of 2 atoms of hydrogen and HCl is made up of 1 atom of hydrogen and 1 atom of chlorine. This molecular formula represents molecule of a compound, and what we will say, suppose we are saying hydrogen chloride, so instead of writing full hydrogen chloride we can write HCl. We are saying sulfuric acid, so instead of writing full sulfuric acid we can write H2SO4. So what are the constituents of this H2SO4? If asked, so then it will be hydrogen, sulfur and oxygen. And from how many atoms it is made up of? So 2 atoms of hydrogen, 1 atom of sulfur and 4 atoms of oxygen. Now what are radicals? Radicals are atoms or a group of atoms showing positive or negative charge that are called as radical. Ion and radical, what is the difference? Ion is single atom carrying positive or negative charge. Radical, the atom or a group of atom carrying positive or negative charge. Radical is of 2 types. First one is simple radical, that is Na plus, K plus, only 1 atom. And compound radical. What is compound radical? That is a group of atom, SO4 minus 2, NH4 plus and so on. These that is compound radical. Now suppose we have a formula NH4 whole twice CO3. First remember this, radical is having two parts. First one is acidic radical and second one is basic radical. So how question is will be asked, tell in this formula, tell what is acidic radical and what is basic radical. So always remember, acidic radicals are negatively charged and basic radicals are positively charged. So here two radicals are there, NH4 plus and CO3 minus 2. So NH4 plus will be your basic radical and CO3 minus 2 will be your acidic radical. As simple as that. Suppose HCl, tell the acidic and basic radical. So it will be your contain H plus and Cl minus. H plus will be your basic radical and Cl minus will be your acidic radical. So what we have to remember, that acidic radicals are negatively charged and basic radicals are positively charged. Now what is chemical formula and how can we derive chemical formula? Chemical formula, the chemical name, suppose we have potassium chloride. So how we will write potassium chloride in a symbolic form, that is a chemical formula. How we can derive it? It can be derived by crisscross method. For this you must learn those radical tables which I have given you to learn. First, potassium chloride. The potassium is K plus and chloride is Cl minus. Its valency is 1. Its also valency is 1. So, while forming compound, valencies interchange. Both have 1. So, 1 we don't need to write. That is why we write only KCl. Suppose aluminium nitride. Always remember, while writing the chemical formula, we always write positive part first and then we write negative part. But there is one exception, that is of acetate. That I'll let you know. First you see aluminium nitride. Aluminium is Al plus 3. Nitride is N minus 3. So while forming compound, valencies interchange, both have same valency. So it will be cancelled out. It will be AlN. Alright. Magnesium sulfate. Magnesium is Mg plus 2. Sulfate is SO4 minus 2. So while forming compound, valencies interchange, same valencies, it will cancel out. Formula will be MgSO4. Alright. Sodium carbonate. Sodium is Na plus. Carbonate is CO3 minus 2. Now valency will interchange. So see, carbonate is 2, so 2 will go on sodium. So here we'll write 2. Sodium is 1, so it will go on full carbonate. So it will be 1 we don't need to write. Alright. Then sodium acetate. Sodium is Na plus. Acetate is CH3COO minus. Here always we have written positive part first. But in case of acetate, we always write this acetate first and then we write positive part. So what will be its formula? Valencies are same, so it will cancel out. CH3COO Na. Or suppose we have ferrous nitrate. What is ferrous? Ferrous, I told you, it is plus 2. Nitrate is NO3 minus 1. While forming compound, valencies will interchange. So we write Fe and NO3. NO3 valency will go on Fe. 1 we don't need to write. Iron will go on nitrate. So we will make a bracket here and then we will write 2 because this plus 2 is going on full nitrate. Now what is chemical equation? Chemical equation consists of two parts, that is reactants and products. What are reactants? That are taking part in a chemical reaction, and what are products? That what is formed. Suppose this is your chemical equation, C plus O2. They are going to react. That is why they are reactants. And what is being formed? That CO2, that will be your product. Alright. While writing a chemical equation, in between arrow should be there. No equal sign. Arrow should be there. What is word equation? This is written carbon. We have written carbon. This is oxygen. We have written oxygen. What it has formed? Carbon dioxide. This is full carbon dioxide. Means what is word equation? We are representing the full chemical equation in the form of words. Their real name, their real chemical name, that is a word equation. And when we represent this word equation in the form of formula, that is called as chemical equation. As simple as that. Now, this is the last topic, numericals. What are they? We have to find out the molecular masses and percentage composition. So, suppose we are given some formula, some compound formula. This is C12H22O11. What is this? Sugar. I hope so. So, how can we find out the molecular mass of this? So, how can we find out the molecular mass of this sugar? Molecular mass, remember one thing, molecular mass of first 20 element should be learned. First 20 element we will not give in a question paper, that you have to learn from your book. It is given in class 8th book also. First 20 element molecular masses you have to learn. So first carbon. Carbon is having atomic mass 12. How many atoms of carbon are there? 12. So it will be 12 into 12. Therefore see here, water. Water is having what? Hydrogen. Atomic mass is 1. Oxygen. Atomic mass is 16. How many atoms of hydrogen are there? 2. So we will multiply 2 by this atomic number. Because we have to find the full molecular mass. So here we will add the mass of this oxygen. How many atoms? Only 1. So 16. So 16 plus 2. How many? 18 EMU. Alright. Now come here. 12 into 12. Then what we do? Plus. Molecular mass of hydrogen is 1. So 22 into 1. Means atom will be multiplied by atomic mass. And next atom will be added. Then we again add how many oxygen? 11. Oxygen atomic mass is 16. Alright. When you solve this, it will come 342. So molecular mass is very easy, not a very tough task. Now come to percentage composition. What is percentage composition? Suppose we have given water. In this water molecule, how much? What is the percentage of this hydrogen? That is called as percentage composition. And the formula which is, suppose for according to this. So here weight of hydrogen upon total weight of water into 100. This will be your percentage composition. Now hydrogen, what is the weight of hydrogen here? How many hydrogen are there? 2. Hydrogen weight is 1. So 2 into 1. Total weight of water, just now we have find it out. That is 18 into 100. When you solve this, it will come 11.1%. Simple formula mein we have to put the thing. Suppose we are asked to find the percentage of water molecule in this. So what will be the formula? Weight of water upon total weight into 100. So here weight of water, how many water? 10. Here water ka total weight is 18. So 10 into 18. Total weight. So total weight, full total weight. How? Sodium 2 atoms. So 2 into 23. Plus carbon is 1. So 12. Plus oxygen is 3. So 3 into 16. Plus this will also be added. That is 10 into 18 multiplied by 100. So whatever will come, that will be your percentage composition of water in this particular sodium carbonate decahydrate.